Welcome, my dear students of class 9A and 9B to my history class. Today, the same topic I am going to explain with the following points. The name of the topic is the Gupta's period. Points are as mentioned in the board: science, metallurgy, universities, culture, architecture. First point, science. In the field of science and technology, there came a remarkable development during Gupta period. As I mentioned earlier, that the Gupta rulers were fond of patronizing scientists, artists, painters, historians, poets, writers, dramatists. As a result, from all sides, in each and every field, during Gupta period there came a remarkable development. The great advancement during Gupta period, came in the field of science and technology. Distinguished, works on medicine such as Charaka Samhita and Sushruta Samhita were compiled in this period. These were the two famous books written on medicine. And Bhagavatta was a renowned physician of this period. He wrote treatise Astangada Hridaya, and Dhanvantari was another famous physician. He was born during this period. It is said that Dhanvantari's final test for his students was to ask them to go out in the forest for 3 days and bring back a single plant which was not useful for the ailments of the human body. And if any student brought back a plant, he failed the test. So this is the system of study, this is the system of teaching of Dhanvantari. In order to gain knowledge, more and more knowledge from Dhanvantari, the students left no stone unturned to hear the instructions of Dhanvantari and tried their level best to, to satisfy Dhanvantari so that they might become a complete student, medical student. If any, apart from this, Aryabhatta, Barahamira, Brahmagupta were the greatest mathematicians and astronomers during that period. Aryabhatta, the great mathematician, in his famous book Aryabhatyam, he deals with algebra, he deals with, geometry and trigonometry also. He also propounded the concept of rotation, revolution of the earth, and the causes of lunar eclipse and lunar and solar eclipse. It is believed that Aryabhatta found the exact value of 2. Brahmaputra is said to have described the force of gravity many centuries before Newton in Brahmasutra Siddhanta, which was composed in verse form. The number of numerals used today are originally Sanskrit numbers that were borrowed by the Arabs, modified by the Arab traders and finally adapted by the West. But these were done by the, distinguished scientists, mathematicians, astronomers during the Gupta period. Baramira's work, Brihad Samhita, deals with mathematics, astronomy, botany, and physical geography. He explained the movement of the planets and also talked about the revolution of the earth around the sun. It was Barahamira. who slept only 2 hours during night. The whole night he remained asleep and tried to watch, tried to think out the entire system of the universe. He looked at them. He looked at the sky, dark sky. And by doing it, Baraham Mihira, what he realized was the earth is rotating around the sun, but the sun is not rotating around the earth. And not only that, the entire system of scientific process in the universe, he realized it in open eyes. And it was done because of his knowledge, because of his, sincerity, and because of his, dedication towards his works. He was able, he became a great astronomer, and was able to write Brihad Samhita, because he was not only astronomer, great mathematicians, and had good knowledge on botany, astronomy, physical geography also. Now, metallurgy, the excellent metallurgical skills of the craftsmen of the Gupta period, was done during that very age. One of the most important example is, one, pillar, that is Mehruli pillar, iron pillar at the Qutub Minar complex, Delhi. This pillar has not corroded even after being exposed to extremes of weather for centuries. And this is the magic of that very pillar. This pillar has not corroded even after being exposed to extremes of weather for centuries. It was erected at Delhi beside the Alai Darwaja, and one name also is inscribed on the wall of that pillar. The name is Chandras. It is inscribed in the pillar, one name of a king, that was Chandra's victory over Bengal. And many historians have identified that very Chandra was none but Chandragupta II, because Chandragupta II, as a Gupta ruler, he established his control over Bengal. That's why, obviously, it is the name of that very person, Chandragupta II. It is also mentioned that the pillar was erected in honor of Lord Vishnu. And then universities. Next point, universities. During the Gupta age, the Gupta rulers patronized language and learning. The famous educational centers, the Nalanda University, was flourished during their rule. The university further gained prominence under Harshavardhana. The Guptas and Harshavardhana both attracted foreign students to come and receive education from this university. A number of subjects were taught from there, like grammar, philosophy, logic, medicines, etc., etc. Gupta period, the teaching and preachings of Gupta Buddhism also was done. Nalanda University and the teaching staff was, good. It was a well-established university situated at another well-established university also was situated at Taxila, Rawalpindi in modern day in Pakistan. Thus, this university, Taxila University, provided specialized subjects and training like commerce, medicine, accountancy, law and astrology. These were the subjects taught from Taxila University. It is now situated at Rawalpindi in Pakistan. And next point, sculpture. The great advancements was made in the field of sculpture during the Gupta period. Buddha was the dominant subject for the sculptors. They took the shape of Buddha's figure from Puranic mythology and used it for making Buddha's figure. Fahian refers to a 25-meter high copper statue of Buddha. A beautiful bronze image of Buddha also has been found from Satlatganj, and this Sultanganj is at Bihar. Now, seated statues of Buddha, it was also found out from Sarnath. And the standing Buddha, the image of standing Buddha, it was from Mathura. These all are equally impressive. These also were done during the Gupta period because the Gupta rulers were fond of patronizing sculpture also. That's why a number of sculptors, they made a number of figures, number of statues of Lord Buddha and other personalities of the contemporary age. Now, architecture. Last point, architecture. What is architecture? What was about the role of the Guptas in the field of architecture? Now I am going to discuss. The Gupta period marked the beginning of elaborate Hindu temples and temple complexes. The beginnings of Nagara style of temple and architecture can be traced back to the Gupta period. Temples with Sikara have been found at Devghar and Bhitargaon. That Bhitargaon and Devghar were the two important historical sites. A number of temples were constructed by the Guptas there. Dasabhatara temple at Devghar has beautiful carvings on the walls, and there is an image of a deity, Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, in sleeping posture on a Sesnag. Scenes from Ramayana and Mahabharata also are taken. Bhitargaon temple is built of bricks with beautiful carves, beautiful designs, beautiful carvings and designs. So these are the contributions of the Gupta ruler in the field of architecture. Next day, I shall explain painting of the Guptas and then Harshavardhana onwards. Up to this, my dear students, thank you.